Good morning, everyone. My name is Tobia Di Pisa, and I'm product owner of Mapstore at GeoSolutions. And today I will present Mapstore and in particular what was released during 2023 for the Mapstore geOrchestra integration. What's new in Mapstore in the latest measure version that is effectively ready to land on geOrchestra, and the ongoing works we are working for the next measure release. So just to briefly provide an overview of releases and measure series we have effectively releases during the last year from the last geOcom. We have released in 2023 two measure versions. Currently, basically the 2023-02 is currently used in geOrchestra 23 version, while the 2024-01 we have just released this May, last May. It will be probably included in the 24 version, probably.
Compatible.
Yeah, compatible. So anyway, there are lots of new functionalities and features that are available effectively in the last two measure series. So of course we will have the opportunity to view just some of them, the main entries. The full list is available anyway on GitHub on the release page. So just provide an overview of, I'm going to provide an overview of what released in 2023 for the Mapstore geOrchestra integration, for which we have provided effectively some interesting updates involving the attribute table. So where there is the possibility to effectively set up read-only layers, the ability to persist the state of hidden attributes, and of course, last but not the least, the possibility to configure the editing capabilities of the attribute table only to certain groups. Sharing capabilities have been improved, including the permalink function, so you can now basically share your map without persisting and saving it. And of course, for the portability of application context, we have included the ability to import and export them across. I mean, that's quite useful to migrate one context from an environment to another. So other functionalities available, improvements to the printing functionalities with the rotate function, and of course the cloud optimized GeoTIFF integration in the catalog tool. So it is effectively now possible to leverage on this interesting and useful and performing, of course, data format in Mapstore. So what's new in Mapstore 2024? Here again, we still present basically main entries, okay? At least, okay, the full list is available on GitHub. So the first one is the table of content, where we have provided effectively a complete reskin, including new functionalities, UI, UX improvements in general. So we have a more compacted UI for the table of contents. So it is also possible to better manage groups, layers, options per layers and per groups through contextual menus, improvement to the toolbar, providing general functionalities for the overall table of content, but where we have effectively included also an alternative mode, so simplified, more legend oriented, that it is possible to use where needed. Leveraging on what we have done for the measurement tool last year, we have also improved the annotation capabilities, including 3D editing capabilities for annotation. So along with a complete reskin of the annotation UI, so now it is possible to effectively leverage on a better UI and user experience. We have enriched effectively styling capabilities for annotations by aligning the style editor with the one already used before for WMS and vector layers. So we have effectively enriched annotation capabilities also for the 3D. On the 2D, but in general also on the 3D, because widgets are available also for the 3D mode, okay? We have included the ability to configure multiple variable charts, so the ability to basically have multiple charts in one, divided per type, enriching also the classification capabilities for charts, but also the axis management, the layout management, and so on. So this is a really powerful enhancement for widgets, for chart widgets. Concerning the measurement tool, we have included the 3D geodesic length measurement. That is a new measurement type, enriching also the export capabilities, maintaining the geodesy also for the interoperability, and including also the conversion to annotations just in 2D mode, of course, for now. Styling capabilities have been also improved, including more properties like the extrusion one, for example, but also classification capabilities for vector and WFS layers directly on the client side. While for WMS, maybe someone already know that the SLD service from GeoServer is used. For vector and WFS layers, Mapstore is entirely able now to provide classifications, same classifications capabilities basically. So other options are already available also in geOrchestra, maybe you already know them, so I'm briefly list them. So the ability in 3D to manage the 8 reference from terrain, the ladder line, and things like that. And it is also possible, one important entry in my opinion, is it also possible now in the last version to use property values from feature attributes as values for styling properties, basically. A really interesting addition is the inclusion of the IFC model in Mapstore as a new type layer from the catalog tool. The main functionalities like identify layer setting are of course available also for this new layer type, as well as the possibility to move it from the layered setting on the 3 axis, okay, to position it as you prefer. The coordinate reference system inside is supported if present, okay, so that's basically what we have done for IFC, and we have also included more enhancement for the 3D models with the possibility to move on the X and Y, basically the 3D model symbolizer to position it. More improvement on the attribute table, including support for tame ranges and quick tame ranges from the layer filter panel, including the possibility to quickly set up basically filters from now to 7 days, 1 month, and things and so on. And this is effectively configurable, okay. And to improve the UI UX, basically we have also included a selector for the operator in the attribute table. Searching capabilities also improved. It is now possible to configure the search tool in order to be able to select the desired search service to use. Otherwise, all of them are used in cascade. And it is also possible to search by coordinates using the map CRS, if different from WGS84. More enhancement on the support for cog, that is interesting also for Mapstore 2 geOrchestra, including the multi-band color mapping for the styling of cog, and with a few more enhancements on managing cog in general. One new entry is also the longitudinal profile tool, not available by default since it is working on top on the GeoServer capabilities. There is a WPS process we have implemented for this purpose, and it is effectively now available as a core plugin of Mapstore. The geoprocessing tool is another new entry, another plugin for now supporting the buffer and the intersection, and I think it is a quite useful functionalities for the urban planning or scenarios like this, where you can effectively interact with the map in order to use this kind of processes. Okay, more process will come in the future. In the future, support for new process, for other process, will come in the future. And as you can for other WFS vector layer, you can basically style the result of your process for visualization purposes. We have done some work also on the backend as far as dependencies are involved, providing also security improvements on the backend side concerning the Mapstore ancillary web services, the backend models, the printing model, and now the minimum required Java version is the 11 if the printing tool is included. Okay. So what about ongoing works for the next major release in September? We have included a quite complete interoperability with ArcGIS service, in particular, of course, for both WMS endpoint and REST APIs. Here you can find the supported endpoints. And we have effectively provided main capabilities as for the other layers. So the identify layer settings are supported also for the legend graphic, and also the printing functionalities are effectively supported also for layers coming from ArcGIS server. The strict tool has been enhanced. We haven't reached its pluggability, so including the support for Mapillary Viewer, in particular to manage at the moment custom 360 imagery, and we will provide also support for the default Mapillary provider in the next month. This is expected for Q3 basically, and yeah, it is available on both 2D and 3D. Still on this tool, we have also provided at the beginning of this year enhancement, new support for another provider that is the Cyber Media Street Smart API. So the pluggability of this tool has been enhanced a lot. That can be interesting in this context because we have recently implemented a function for the identify tool that allows working on top of the WFS free marker plugin the ability to use free marker templates
defined for WMS layers, also for WFS ones. And that's configurable from the layer settings, and it make basically the HTML format, the identify in HTML format effectively supported also for WFS layers, if you are using GeoServer and if you are using that community model. Another interesting entry for the next major release will be the interactive legend. So working on top of the JSON format for the get legend graphic, it is possible to enable from the layer settings the ability to make the legend of the layer interactive. So you can basically select, in case of classification, for example, if you have a style classified, you can select from the UI each rule, and the layer on map is filtered accordingly. Okay. More enhancement on the OpenID Connect support, where we have implemented, we have effectively refactored the existing plugin, making available also the support for Microsoft Azure Active Directories. And last but not the least, we are still working on performance improvements, where the goal would be to lighten the bundle and lazy loading chunks for the next measure, at least a step more on this direction. We are in plan to, starting from the next measure, to effectively remove deprecations, okay? So clean up the bundles from deprecations, and also obsolete tools will be finally removed. As usual, you can find online all the documentation and online resources involving Mapstore, starting from the demo site, from the online documentation for both users and developers, and always get in touch with us using the mailing list or watching videos we publish on YouTube. That's all. Thank you so much. And thank you for contributing.